Hello, we are discussing about GATE 2003 ECE paper, and this topic is related to digital circuits. The DTL, TTL, ECL and CMOS families of digital ICs are compared in the following four columns PQRS. DTL, TTL, ECL and CMOS logic families are compared in the four columns with respect to fan out, power consumption and propagation delay. Fan out is minimum in which logic family, power consumption is minimum in which logic family, and in which logic family propagation delay is minimum. So what column is going to be giving the correct answers? Okay, fan out implies nothing but fan out is the capability of driving more number of similar gates. Okay, if you are going with a NAND gate, for example, that NAND gate, how much capability it has to drive similar type of NAND gates at its output, how many number of similar gates it can able to drive without violating the logic operations, without violating the logic levels at the outputs. Okay, the meaning of that one is nothing but, for example, this is going to be a gate, G is going to be a gate, and output of this gate is nothing but this one. And if it is going to be at high level, at that time this high level is going to be connected to how much of the gates, G1, and it may be connected to some other gate G2, and it is going to be connected to G3. Whenever it is at high level, at that time it is going to be acting as current source. It sources the current, it supplies the current for the other gates. Okay, so whenever it is supplying current, if you are going to be connecting more and more gates at the output side at that time, okay, these logic levels, even though it is taking it as H every time, but as you are connecting more and more states at that time, at one point the required current for this gate to maintain at high level is not possible, so it may not be at high level if you are connecting more and more gates at the output side. So what are the number of gates that you can connect at the output of a gate such that it is maintaining the proper logic level at the inputs of those gates? If it is at high level, the output of this gate is high level, the inputs of these gates should be at the high level, and if it is at low level, the inputs of this gate should be at the low level. So there must not be any violation in the logic level. Okay, without violating the logic levels at the output node, how many output gates, how many gates you can connect at the output, that is going to be treated as fan out. That is treated as fan out. So fan out for this case is going to be 4. You cannot connect the fifth one because that doesn't get the sufficient drive current such that it can maintain its input at logic level, logic high level. So fan out for this one is 4. So which logic family is going to be having the lowest fan out is nothing but DTL. DTL is going to be having lowest fan out. Fan out is minimum for the DTL. Power consumption is minimum. Power consumption is minimum for CMOS. Power consumption is minimum for CMOS. So CMOS is going to be having minimum power consumption, because if you are not changing the inputs, the specialty of CMOS is going to be having static power dissipation. Static power dissipation of CMOS is going to be 0. Zero static power dissipation ideally. The meaning of static power dissipation is nothing but, let us assume you are going with CMOS 2 input logic gate, 2 input NOR gate. For that one, if you are going to be giving the inputs as going to be 1 0, by that time if you are not changing the inputs, that is nothing but inputs are static. Inputs are static, there is no change in the inputs. Whenever there is no change in the outputs at that time, okay, we know the output 1 0 is nothing but the 0 is going to be output, but it doesn't consume any power dissipation. If you are not changing the inputs, if you are given the inputs, okay, and you are not changing it, by that time that is going to be called as static situation. There is no change. Static means constant, no change. Okay, so whenever there is no change in the input combinations, by that time power dissipation by the CMOS gate is 0. Zero power is dissipated under this condition. This is the biggest advantage. Okay, and when the power dissipation takes place, then whenever you are changing the inputs, let us assume you are applying first 1 0, later 1 1 you are applying. By that time you are changing it to, okay, so 1 to 1 it is no change and it is going with 0 to 1. So by that time 0 to 1, at that time there is a small current flows from the VDD towards ground, that makes the power dissipation. So CMOS will be having dynamic power dissipation but not static power dissipation. Dynamic power dissipation is more than static power dissipation. Ideally static power dissipation is 0. This is ideal. So power consumption in case of CMOS is minimum and propagation delay is minimum in ECL. ECL is going to be out of this TTL. TTL is going to be treated as, okay, TTL is going to be treated as saturated logic family. Saturated logic family, whereas ECL is non-saturated logic family. Non-saturated logic family. Saturated logic family means, okay, saturated logic family implies nothing but whenever it is in the on condition and off condition. Let us assume a logic level, logic family. If it is in on condition, at that time the transistor should go into saturation region, and if it is non-saturation family, non-saturated family, by that time the transistor will go into active region. Okay, saturation region, if whenever in the on condition the transistor is going into saturation, by that time it is called as saturation logic family. If the transistor is going into active region whenever it is in the on state, by that time it is called as non-saturated logic family. Okay, so if you observe, so on condition for on state for saturated logic family, that implies nothing but, okay, it is on state for saturated is nothing but saturation region. Transistor should go into saturation region, then only it will be considered as on state. Saturation implies nothing but emitter base junction forward bias and collector base junction forward bias of BJT. And similarly on state for non-saturated logic family, non-saturated logic family is going to be treated as, in that one the transistor has to enter into active region only. Active region implies nothing but emitter base junction forward bias, collector base junction reverse bias. Okay, and whether it is saturated or non-saturated, at that time cutoff condition, that is off condition, off state for both is going to be treated as transistor entering into cutoff condition. That implies nothing but emitter base junction reverse bias and collector base junction reverse bias. Both are reverse bias. Now check which takes larger time, which takes shorter time. Okay, so if it is saturated logic family, on to off condition is nothing but, okay, on to off condition is nothing but it has to make, on condition is both are forward bias, off condition is both are reverse bias. So you must make emitter base junction from forward to reverse bias, you must make collector base junction also towards forward bias to reverse bias. So there is two things has to be taken place, emitter base junction as well as collector base junction, both should go from forward bias to reverse bias. Whereas in this case, if that is non-saturated logic family, by that time emitter base junction is forward bias, collector base junction is reverse bias. There is no change of going into reverse bias, already it is in reverse bias. So what you have to do is nothing but only emitter base junction has to go towards reverse bias. If you make emitter base junction reverse bias, by that time the transistor goes into off condition. Instead of making two junctions forward to reverse, if you make one junction from forward to reverse, that makes the off condition. So non-saturated logic family can switch between on and off states easily. Okay, in other way you can say, if you are coming from off to on state, by that time JE and JC in case of saturated both should come from reverse bias to forward bias. Okay, whereas in case of non-saturated, if you are making off to on transistor, only emitter base junction is going to be coming from reverse bias to forward bias. That is sufficient in both, whether it is off to on or on to off. Okay, non-saturated logic family, only one junction has to take transition from forward to reverse or reverse to forward. The other is no need to take. So that is very fast compared to saturated logic family. So ECL is going to be a non-saturated logic family. ECL is non-saturated logic family, whereas TTL is saturated logic family. So ECL is going to be having the minimum propagation delay. CMOS is consisting of MOS gates, and MOS gates having the less driving capability, so that it will be having a bit more propagation delay compared to TTL. TTL will be consisting of transistors, whereas CMOS is implemented with MOS gates. So MOS gates are having less transconductance compared to the BJTs. Less transconductance is nothing but less driving capability. Less driving capability is nothing but more propagation delay. So CMOS is having more propagation delay than TTL, and out of TTL and ECL, ECL is going to be having less propagation delay because of non-saturated logic family. Okay, so the right option for this one is nothing but fan out minimum is DTL. Okay, and power consumption is minimum in CMOS, propagation delay minimum is ECL. So the right option is Q. Q is going to be the right option. Q is nothing but B. Option B is the right option. Thank you.